Thank you, Dr. Connolly. And now I would like to invite Mary D'Alessandro to speak on behalf of the graduating class.
Hey guys. It is an honor to represent the JP Catholic class of 2024 today as we celebrate the completion of the last 3 years of our education. I'd like to thank the Connollys for the opportunity to be a part of this special day, and everyone who has worked tirelessly to make this weekend so memorable. I'd also like to thank my family for sending me to school here and for being so supportive and loving from afar, but always in my heart. Today, we have the opportunity to breathe in and cherish our time at this university and to look forward to whatever is coming next. So many of us students have been deeply transformed by our time at JP Catholic. We entered as annoying little baby freshmen, and today we graduate as young adults, ready to take on the world. On behalf of the senior class, I'd like to thank the JP Catholic staff and faculty who have supported us through it all. I would especially like to thank the professors who have guided and mentored us on our journey to this day. While our classes were crucial to our path to graduation, your witness of faith was crucial on our journey to heaven. Thank you is not enough. I am a storyteller, and I was hoping that I could share a bit of my story with you. I grew up in the city of Buffalo, New York, and in high school, I was obsessed with acting, dancing, and singing. Between the dance classes and musical rehearsals, I honestly don't know when I did my homework. So maybe my grades weren't the best back then, but it didn't matter to me because I had decided for a fact that God did not make Mary D'Alessandro to be a mathematician or a physicist. I had one big dream. I was going to move to California to be an actress. I remember one night in the car literally crying to my mom and begging her to let me drop out of school to be an actor. Thank you, Mom, for not letting me drop out of high school to be an actor. It was a dream so big that it made me restless. A few years later, after graduating high school and taking a gap semester, a brochure arrived in the mail from John Paul the Great Catholic University. I remember right on the front, there was a picture of actors on a film set next to a picture of the Eucharist. My mom took one look at it and said, "Mary, I think this is your school." In the fall of 2021, I was fully enrolled in JP Catholic, and I was going to be an actress in California. When I first arrived here and met all of you, I realized that the restlessness I had been feeling all those years wasn't a unique feeling after all. Whether it was drawing, editing, being on set, writing, reading, working on a business pitch, or whatever else y'all do, I could literally walk around the academic building at any time and see someone making art and being creative. I think that for so many of us here, it doesn't make sense for us to do anything else. I believe that God uses our good desires to guide us towards where we truly belong and to show us how he wants us to use our talents. My restlessness was actually just my heart telling me that it wanted me to be around other artists, and it led me to this creative community. When I arrived at my first ever acting class, and Professor Estes basically said, "Forget everything you think you know about acting," I knew I was in for a crazy ride. I want to thank my acting cohort for being with me through it all. You guys have been an incredible example of hard work and dedication to the craft. Working with you and watching each of you perform each week has inspired me more than you will ever know. I'm literally your biggest fan. I will miss our little family, but we have enough friends that are directors that will put us in their movies, so we'll be seeing each other again. The acting program has become a force to reckon with, and so much of that is because of Professor Caitlin Slater. Caitlin, you have been the most incredible teacher, director, mentor, and friend. Thank you for the countless hours you have spent with us. We are all so blessed to know you. If I'm honest, for the first year or so at JP Catholic, I didn't really invest much time into my spiritual life. I attended Mass on Sunday, and I went to the occasional holy hour, but that was pretty much it. My focus was primarily on acting and my social life. At the end of the long days, I would come home and feel sort of empty. I knew the Lord was calling me into a deeper relationship with him, but I didn't know where to find my spiritual community. Last winter, I volunteered to make a video for the JPII Catholic Instagram showcasing each of the tables at the Club and Ministry Fair. As I was making the video, I found a table for the women's household in Corday Suo. After meeting Delaney and hearing more about her experience in the household, I quickly realized that this would be the faith community that I'd been searching for. So I joined the household, and each week I was encouraged and inspired by the girls as they walked with me in faith. This specific story stood out to me because usually at the club fairs and ministry fairs, I take the candy and the free pizza and I socialize for a little bit, then I leave. But that day, by offering my talents to create a video for the Instagram, I was led to join a community that brought me closer to God. It's amazing to think that making a video played such a significant role in changing my life. God used what little I had to bring me closer to Him through the opportunity of joining Household. I think this story is proof that God uses even what we think are small offerings to transform our lives and the lives around us. So make the movie, paint the painting, audition for the role, start the business, go to the retreat. There's a quote from JPII that says, "We are an Easter people, and Alleluia is our song." I love this quote because I think it summarizes the identity of a Catholic artist really beautifully. We are an Easter people, not just during the liturgical season of Easter, but always. As Christians, we get to celebrate the greatest moment in history every single day. And Alleluia is our song. As artists, we give beautiful praise to God through what we do. Our identity as Catholic artists matters in this world. A world that is thirsting for truth. A world that desperately needs to hear the good news. It matters that we are who we are. And it matters that God created us the way that He did. Our authentic individuality is what makes our art interesting. When we are vulnerable enough to let the world see into our own unique experience, hearts will be changed. No matter what path we choose to take next, let us remember that it is only the next step in our journey, and there is no limit to where we will go from here. All of us are going into industries that desperately need what we have. The darkness in Hollywood needs our light. The church needs us to courageously pursue our vocations. Whether we choose to dive straight into our chosen field or take time to rest and recharge, we can always look back on this day and this success. We have so much to be proud of. The truth is, we could have spent the last few years doing anything else, but God led us here to this place in this time with these people. He led us to this moment perfectly. So I believe He will continue to do just that. Let's celebrate today with gratitude and pride, pray bold prayers, and step out in faith, knowing that the Lord holds us safely in His loving arms. Thank you.